never see anything like this ever again in your life. It's a one-of-one.
This man is a sniper. But Dvalishvili is as elite as they come.
10 consecutive wins.
There's bad blood attached to this fight. Let's go, baby!
Hey, what is up guys? It is Lucky Punch Sports, and today we're going over a full card breakdown, prediction, and my betting tips for the historic UFC Noche card taking place at the Sphere this Saturday. And as the president, founder, CEO, and lead journalist at Lucky Punch Sports, I'm very excited to announce that the board has sent me as the main journalist correspondent for Noche event at the Sphere, and this is going to be something once in a lifetime, so unique that we've never seen before. It will have 360-degree visuals, incredible sound, and it will be incredible to see how they show the Mexican fight history on the screen. But either way, I'm super excited to be going and covering the event.
You know what Connor told me? He says, I want Khabib in Russia. Is he fucking awesome? He's like, I want Khabib in Russia. Yeah.
And the first fight on the main card is a little underwhelming to most, but a Mexican fighter to start off the main card at the Sphere with Ronaldo Lazy Boy Rodriguez, an unranked 1-0 prospect in the UFC, versus Ode, the Jamaican sensation Osbourne, a flyweight veteran with limited success. And this perfectly encapsulates the card I was expecting, where a Mexican prospect will be given a decent vet that will give them decent competition, but hopefully get the win to build hype for the Mexican fighters. And Rodriguez might be called Lazy Boy, but that does not describe his fighting at all. Dana White calls him a Mexican street fighter that he got off the streets, and he sure does fight like it. He's extremely aggressive, stand up, and on the ground. He looks for the fastest submission possible, and he sinks it in as fast as he can. So I think he should play it smart, but win as soon as possible in the Sphere, make a name for himself as the first fight on the main card, and find a fast sub. He's good on his feet and good on the ground, but Ode Osbourne, shout out to Milwaukee, has had limited success in the UFC, and he's an ideal matchup for Rodriguez. He's very vulnerable to takedowns and especially submissions, and I can see Rodriguez getting Ode down and sinking in a rear naked choke as soon as in the first round, as Ode leaves that neck exposed a lot on the ground. So I think it's key to him to throw those overhands he likes to do early and often. See if you can catch Rodriguez coming in at you, and he can pivot and retreat, use that footwork, and tuck that shin while you're grappling. Don't let an easy choke get in, but keep retreating, keep throwing your big hooks, because that might be your only chance is to catch Rodriguez while he's on the way to beating you. Osbourne does have KO power, but his weaknesses are easily exploited by Rodriguez, who I think will get a read on him very quickly and finish him on the ground without much trouble. And now another lightweight bout between two great prospects, Daniel the Golden Boy Zellhuber versus Esteban El Gringo Ribovics. And both guys are very good prospects. Neither of them have been finished. They both have one decision loss, and both look very, very good. Whereas Zellhuber is the younger fighter, and he had a performance of the night last year at UFC Noche with a slick anaconda choke, which put him on the map as a legit prospect. But both of these guys are very legit, very exciting up-and-comers and dangerous strikers. Ribovics had that insane knockout of Terrence McKinney, joining the list of many fighters to knock out McKinney early, but it still was brutal, and he looks very good. And I think it will be key for the Golden Boy to touch Ribovics with his Midas touch. He's very disciplined, very technical, kind of that Mexican boxing background, where he sticks with his 1-2, his combo, his bread and butter, that I think should work if he can stick with it, maintain that good footwork to retreat, as Ribovics is a little more aggressive and a little loose, not exactly reckless, but he likes to throw wild overhands and hooking, looping shots. So I think he can overwhelm Zellhuber with a more technical defense, but he has to be unpredictable, and you can't let it get to the scorecards against the younger prospect. He's Mexican on the Noche fight, so I think Zellhuber will win this if it goes to decision, and I think that is most likely. But Ribovics, look out for him to get an early finish if he can overwhelm that strict technical style from Zellhuber. And now we have a banger of a featherweight bout between the number 3 ranked Brian T-City Ortega and the number 12 Diego No Regrets Lopes. And this fight was originally set for UFC 303, but when Ortega pulled out again, Lopes ended up with an impressive win at 165 catchweight. And shout out to Danny Ye for taking that on very, very short notice, only a few hours notice. But Ortega has been very unlucky lately. He's shown to be one of the best featherweights, that's why he's still the number 3 ranked fighter. But after nearly choking out an in-form Volkanovski, he's had very limited success. He's gotten beaten up a few times, injured a few times. But he's a very talented grappler and has shown why he deserves this rank. Lopes is a lot hungrier and has been waiting all summer for the shot at this ranking after 303. And to be transparent, I had Ortega winning their canceled 303 fight. I love his grappling so much, but Lopes is also a black belt, and he dominated against Pat Sabatini, another very talented grappler. But I love Lopes' grappling. He has the chance to show that he's top-tier grappling, and he's more known for his aggressive striking now. He looks better every fight, but his fast and lethal and his aggression comes out of nowhere, and he looks more than ready for featherweight dominance. And he's never submitted a top grappler, but he made quick work of some, so I think he shouldn't go all out. Keep that stamina. He has had gas tank concerns in the past, so it's better this is a 3-round fight now instead of 5-round at 303. Prove his expertise against a great grappler like Ortega and run through him and don't look back to take that spot on the rankings at featherweight title contention, where I think he can catch Ortega off guard. He fights with no regrets and always goes for a quick finish, so he needs to make sure to finish Ortega fast when he tries, or else he'll be way too gassed against a very talented grappler, and I think that's the only way Ortega has a chance here, is to wait for Lopes to gas himself out. He needs to choke out a very tired Lopes, who is a black belt, to get that career back on track. He's going to shock the veteran and find a TKO finish. And now the co-main and the first title fight on the card is a flyweight title fight and a trilogy in their rivalry from the champ Alexa Vibora Grasso versus Valentina Bullet Shevchenko, the challenger. And this is their third fight in their rivalry, with Grasso technically up after a draw and a rear naked choke over Shevchenko. And many say Grasso pulled off a highway robbery in their last fight when she got that draw, but either way, she hasn't lost since 2019 and handed Shevchenko her first defeat since 2017. And Shevchenko is one of the best Muay Thai athletes in the world, dominating all of her competition except for Grasso and maybe Nunez too. But either way, Grasso is the first fighter to ever finish the Bullet when she locked in that rear naked choke in their first match for the belt. But it won't be as easy this time. I think Shevchenko is more ready for the rivalry. She's going to show off her improved grappling, where she let Grasso beat her on the ground before. I don't think that will happen again. I think she's going to overwhelm Grasso with her Muay Thai and attack every way she can, possibly landing, as she looks to find a finish in her last chance with Grasso to win this rivalry, where Grasso can take the rivalry for herself and stick with the basics that won her the first 2 fights. I think this will be the closest fight out of all of them, even with the draw, but I do like Shevchenko's chances here to overwhelm Grasso, maybe not get a finish, but a decision win to get that belt back.
You could pick though, which one would you want, left hand or right hand?
Hold it. Right there.
Ooh, I see exactly where I'm gonna land at. So many options.
And now the main event for the Sphere, which you've all been waiting for, is the bantamweight title defense of Sean Sugar O'Malley versus Merab the Mountain Dvalishvili, the number 1 ranked contender, and both guys have 10 UFC wins with only 1 loss each, even though the Sugar State Athletic Commission says it does not count. But this will be O'Malley's second title defense after taking it from Aljo at 292, defending it versus Cheeto at 299, and now he takes on Merab at 306. I think it's a very similar story to 292, which I was also in attendance at, where Sean pulled off an upset as the 210 favorite. And Merab is just like Aljo and their friends. He's a great wrestler, shorter than Sean, and will be shooting for takedowns the entire fight. Sean has a lot of chances to counter, and with that pinpoint accuracy and sniper-like hands, I think he is going to have a lot of chances to crack that shin that even Cejudo could find on Merab. And Merab isn't really a submission grappler, but he focuses a lot on wrestling and takedowns. He set the record for takedowns against Petr Yan, and I think he can look for that a lot today against a tall Sean O'Malley, who's going to look like the easiest double leg takedown of all time for the short Merab. So Sean has to focus on that takedown defense. He's done it before. He had to do it against Aljo before the knockout. But I think Merab's main concern is going to be with control time and getting as many takedowns as possible. He's going to make this an ugly, dirty fight. I think he's going to go for the control time because he knows he won't be able to knock Sean out, and Sean's going to be waiting to crack that chin. And this is a great chance for Sean to climb the bantamweight division. As you guys know, it's a pretty new division. He's already probably a top 10 bantamweight ever. So getting another defense here and then moving on to Umar after this would be huge for Sean O'Malley and his star status in the UFC. But Merab should fear the sugar power. Aljo was not scared of it, and it came back to bite him.
I mean, I don't know what Aljo's going to tell Merab. He's like, fuck, he's fast, he's sharp, he's accurate,
Right.
He's hard to take down. Like, good luck. Like, there wasn't a lot of success Aljo had in that fight. If anything, Aljo probably shouldn't tell him anything because it's probably just going to make him a little bit nervous. So
For sure. But Merab has crazy cardio, and he could take down Sean 50 times if he needs to. So I think this is all going to be on Sean's takedown defense and whether he can crack that chin of Merab when he goes in for the clinch. Sean has proven to be a sniper from range with both hands and both feet, and Merab already showed off that cut above his eye. So I think Sean should snipe out that face, crack that eye open early in the fight, and his feints are lethal at range. He's so long that he can feint so well, get people to react, and then unleash on them. He did it against Cheeto. So when Merab is lunging in for a takedown, that is the perfect time for Sean to do exactly what he did to Aljo and hopefully knock out and stun Merab. But if he throws a bad spinning kick, tries to get flashy, Merab could capitalize and easily take round after round. So I like O'Malley here at great money from both decision and KO. He was the underdog a little bit ago, but now it's about even, and I think either is likely, and Merab's only chance is off a split decision in my opinion. I don't think he'll be able to hurt O'Malley too bad, but O'Malley has to be able to find that finish, and I think doing it in round 2 against Aljo will mean the same fate for Merab in this fight.
What a good day. What a stupid accident.
And for my past picks to show you guys the credibility I do have or am gaming, my lock of the night, which is something I guarantee to hit, you can take it by itself, throw it on a parlay, it will hit, is 11-1, and my main card picks are 40, 25-1, so let's keep getting those numbers even better. And a quick look at the prelims. The entire card is only 10 fights, but they're still great prelims. Joshua Van stepped up for Charas, which will be a great matchup. Raul Rosas, Manuel Torres, a lot of good fighters on the prelims. And now to go through my official picks, starting out with Lazy Boy Rodriguez versus Ode Osbourne. I think Rodriguez will find a first round finish to start off the main card for Mexico. I think he'll get an easy read on Osbourne, get him to the ground, and choke him out with the rear naked in the first round. And then Zellhuber, the golden boy, versus Ribovics. I think Zellhuber is just too good, too technical of a boxer, and another win for the Mexicans, as I think he'll get a decision win against a very tough opponent here. And then Ortega versus Lopes. I will be taking Lopes, who's now the favorite. I think he can overwhelm Ortega, get him down early, and hopefully he can get a TKO finish before he gasses himself out. And now my first very slight underdog is Shevchenko against Grasso. I think she will pull off the upset, get that belt back, and tie up the rivalry with overwhelming Grasso with her Muay Thai skills, and maybe finding a finish, but most likely a decision win. And now for the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab. I think Sean is going to retain his title, get another defense under his belt by knocking out Merab the exact same way he knocked out Aljo. I think it's the same thing. Merab's been cracked before by guys like Cejudo. Sean is only getting better. He has great power and even better accuracy. So I think he's going to have pinpoint accuracy. He's going to beat that chin all night from Merab, eventually knock him down, and find a TKO in the middle rounds. And for my lock of the night, the bet I guarantee to hit, throw it on any parlay you want, take it by itself, is going to be Raul Rosas versus Arakilang, a veteran thrown up against the youngest UFC fighter. I think Rosas is too good on the ground. He's going to show off what he's been working on. He's not one-dimensional anymore, and I think he's going to keep his pace slow as a turtle in the stand-up, taking his time, and then he's going to explode on Arakilang, get a submission or an easy win to show off how well-rounded he is, and move on.
Hey, welcome to... Ya se reúne el triángulo con los brazos. Huele a México, huele al mejor momento del MMA. Y aquí Alexa Grasso hace historia. Y Alexa Grasso dice, este cinturón se va a Guadalajara. ¡Tenemos nueva campeona!
And for my punchline of the night, or my storyline of the night, is going to be if Grasso can ice the rivalry with Bullet. I think the Bullet Shevchenko is at her last chance because Grasso can go up with 2 wins and 1 draw in the rivalry that might as well ice it against the aging vet, who this is her last chance to get her belt back.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
And for the punch bowl, or the best fight on the entire card, is the danger, Sean O'Malley against Merab. I think this will be a banger. Merab's going to be scrambling and grappling and shooting for his life, and Sean O'Malley is going to be using that right hand like a missile to lock onto Merab's face and knock him out. So this will be a banger no matter what happens, and it is for the bantamweight belt.